Right, this is the last day of the year 2023. This is the Romany Ride back in action again. I'm here with my cousin Patrick Matthews, to do his presentation. There's so much to talk about with Patrick that we're going to have to do this in chapters, so we're going to call this chapter 1 for this presentation. And I'm going to ask Patrick if he can talk about his early years and growing up at Lanark. Now, to start off with, Patrick and I are 12 months different in age, both born on July the 22nd, 12 months apart. So, Pat, over to you, if we can talk about your younger days, please.
Yeah, right, Clarence.
Yeah.
And we reared up in Lanark Hill, a place called Lanark Hill. Before that, we was in a place up Rough Street in a bus. We thought that was quite posh, upstairs and downstairs in a bus. And my younger Joe was up there, and his wife Aunt Caroline, and my gran was down the bottom, living in trailers. But we moved from there then to Lanark Hill, and we was up there for 21 years. I was the longest one up there. And me and my wife Kathy, we stayed up there to the bitter end. And it was hard times up there sometimes. No electric, no water, nothing. Some people who say, how you live like that? You learn to adapt. You gotta live like that. If you don't survive. But we used to carry all our water from a chute called Cornmarth years ago. Fetch all our water for our washing, our drinking, everything. And winter time was really rough up there. I remember my wife used to go down Lanark, and they said, rough up there, is it? No, she said. And it was, howling with wind all the time. But anyway, go back a bit further than that again. We used to have a trailer. My father used to have a trailer and my mother. And the boys always used to sleep in the trailer, bunks. There was 2 on that bunk, 2 on that bunk. No hot water, beer, bottles or nothing then. Really, when it's really cold, my mother used to do a brick. He'd have a brick on the top of the fire and wrap that up in a towel and put it down the foot of the bed. But that never used to happen very often. But yeah, it was hard times, but it made us better men, I think. We was used to do donkey derbies and all with my father in our younger days. Always had it when we was doing these donkey derbies. But dogs, we had dogs up there, horses, chickens, ferrets, you name it, we had it up there. But it was hard, it was really hard. But like I said, it made better people of us. And we used to go up see his granny sometimes. They used to come visiting, my younger Joe, Uncle Samson, all of them, all my family. And but then the mobile phones come in and you've ruined all that, because now you pick up someone, pick up the phone, I'll ring Clarence, I'll ring this one, I'll ring that one. But years ago, you used to always go and visit them, and it was good times. You can't beat them. Never had very good clothes, never did. Never had very good haircuts. My mother used to cut her hair. Basin cut, we used to call it.
Your mother, Pat, was my mother's sister.
Full sister.
Full sister, yeah.
They was full travellers. And then Clarence's father was a part traveller, scrap merchant. My father was a Golgi, but he was reared like a traveller. And I'm half-bred, Clarence half-bred, really.
We're half-breds, yeah.
And
that's what they call us anyway, much.
We're the best of both worlds, that's what I would say.
Yeah.
Feel like a half-bred dog.
Yeah.
But what's to say about that? Yeah, we got a bit of Golgi in this that was along, and we got a bit of traveller ways with us to earn a living. We'd never starve, we wouldn't. We never earn a shilling, that's clear.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was hard times up there. And we had, remember one time there, we had guns, all of us had guns up there. 12 wars, because you go and trade with Millstone Farm and buy one off the shelf then. And then the gabbers come up, that's gambushes, gabbers, whatever you want to call them, police. They used to come up and they said, we want all your guns. Because they then bring out their gun licenses. So we had to hand all our guns in. We was up there trash at the time. Not a gun for your protection. And we heard the dogs bark, somebody's about. Old man who's fired a gun outside the door, he did. Never heard no more then the rest of the night. But Yeah, and somebody walk up past, all the dogs who screen in the bottom, worrying to death. But yeah, no tax on the bit of cars, nothing. We used to drive them on the roads, never had a decent battery on them.
The Donkey Derbies, Pat, it was competitive, wasn't it? There was Uncle Joey who had Gus, and your father had Boiling Water, and
We had Harry Ware come to a donkey derby down Lanner years ago. And old man was never one for saying I love you or nothing like that. Hard man he was. And Harry come there with a donkey called Gus Honeybun. So we was going around this track and I was in the final with Harry. Gus Honeybun was faster. He could do the straight better than me, but we got hooked up the chaise. I was 9-year-old I was, and I got the ticket here now, 1971 I won that. And I dragged Harry right around the track. Harry had all that on, trying to get the donkey to go, and I beat him. Old man ripped me off the cart, off the shay, lugged me in, and I won down there that day, 9-year-old.
but it was good times.
I remember a time there at Clarence, we had a mule that nobody could ride. We didn't do a bad job on it. I remember Clarence, I expect to show you a video in this clip, and Clarence was on in mid-air at a one donkey derby.
I said to him, his father, Uncle Tommy, said, get on there, much. I said, no, Uncle Tommy, I ain't get on there. He said, get on there, much. He said, I won't do nothing. I said, all right. So I got on, I said, you won't do nothing? He said, no. I got on this mule, and he used to have a little stick with a nut on the end of him. And as I got on the mule, he whopped the mule up a bit. The mule went straight up in the air, remember?
He was a hard one to, I went in the pub, I remember going in the pub there, I had a few drinks when I was older, and we was doing Parnwell Gala Week. And I had the mule, I was walking across, old man Dick, but I was a bit drunk, lushy, and turned around, jumped on the mule, and I stuck him longer than anybody. And I ended up coming off, and I won a fiver. Back then was a lot of money. And old man said, they give me my prize money, and the old man took the vonga away from me. He said, give that to charity. I went around the back of the box and I cried.
Yeah.
So I won at the vonga, see? But times like that, you can't buy them, can you, Clive?
No.
But yeah.
So you, Patrick, as you've gone on in your life, you come, and I don't want to embarrass you, but you've become quite an authority on lurchers, on dogs. Now that must stem from the early times living at the top of Lanner when you had these dogs. That was your passion, was it?
Yeah.
Dogs.
I was fully devoted to dogs.
Yeah.
I didn't want nothing else in my life but dogs.
Right.
I lived and died for them.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot by breeding them. I started when I was about 8-year-old lambing, and I started breeding them, and me and me mate Nick Francis, we racked it up. So I'm 62 now, and we racked it up, took averaging, and about 4,500 dogs I've bred in my life. First early years I learnt a lot from my mistakes, and I tell people now, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do this. Some do this and some don't, so I don't bother with that. But then I created my own strain then. Some dogs went on, they still won through in shows and in the field. And most dogs I ever had was 54 dogs at one time. And I had 3 bitches farmed out, pups. Always breeding, every year, breed. And then I created my own strain of dog, the Schnauzers. Me and my missus went up to Whitehaven in Scotland, border of Scotland, picked up a dog, bred he to a greyhound bitch. Took us 12 years to do that. Tried different bitches, had bitches from Ireland, couldn't get in the breed, and in the end we bred him. We bred the dog. He was 12-year-old when he made it to bitch. Had a litter of puppies. Clarence had one of them.
Yeah.
He's still got her now. She's coming up 12-year-old, she is. And good strain of dog, hard, intelligent, endurance, everything. And I bred the half-breds, 3/4 breds, the 3 5/8s, and I'm well known for this strain now. 21 years I've been breeding these now. 21 years in total. But they won the shows, the championships. They won the Countryman's Weekly Challenge. They beat they hold the record in the valleys up in Wales, the fastest lap record. In the field, they catch any mortal thing. You want to put them on, they'll do it. I can't say too much on here because, but everybody know what I mean. But yeah, they're a really good dog, and people's now realising how good they are, and they started to buy them off us.
Now the Schnauzer Round Cross, that's the one that you created, Pat.
Yeah, we created,
Yeah.
never been done ever in the world. And me and me missus were talking. Kathy was first one mentioned it. I got to say it without.
Yeah.
She said, "Wonder what they be like across the ground." I said, "Yeah." She said, "They got this, they got that, good feet." I said, "And we done it." And then I tried the miniature from Russia, miniature Schnauzer. He was over here, obviously, and I put that across an Irish ground in Ireland, coursing bitch, top breeding, and that's what we got at the minute. We got smaller, and they're doing the job also. Anything you put them to do, they can take it. But yeah, we created that strain.
So, but just going back a little bit more with the dogs, you had the dogs up Lanner, and you started and you bred the dogs, because there's people that I know, and I talked to travellers from a bit further up than you, that respect your verdict on whatever you ask them, and you do use a lot of your knowledge to people that want to use your knowledge, not wasters who don't want to bother with it. But that's, you're in the middle of writing your own book, I understand, and that'll be out shortly. That's a plug for that. For I think you go under Pat Matthews, but that's how he likes to be known. But it stemmed from everything you did from up Lanner, really.
Well, yeah. Then I done different people's talking about the deer aims, and I'm Eller for getting the right breed of dog. So there was a strain called the Arctic Lass. It's a really old-fashioned strain of the deer aim. So I looked high and low, found one, put that to a ground bitch, and then I created a dog. Me first three quarter ground, quarter deer aim. First bitch is called Bella, up there on the wall, up there she is. And I went to a show up in Plymouth, and there was this high jumper, and this Devon champion bitch called Vicky. She jumped, I think it was 7 foot. I jumped 6 foot at the time, and I said to Kathy, "I'm going to train for that. I'll make my own high jump up and train for it." But it was no platforms then for the dogs come down on. So I was the first one who made the platform. So I don't know. She would. We went the following year. We went back. Went to do the competition. I told him, "Can I bring up my own platform?" He said yes. A bloke called Peter Yo, dead and gone now, and turned around. It was just me and this bitch left now. This bitch called Vicky, and 10 foot we jumped. He said, "We had never seen this before." So alright, I said, he said, "What we can do? Call it quits." I said, "No, up. The jump wasn't going to fire iron, 10 foot with a cap. 10 foot high."
Yeah.
So I turned around, we looked over across the way, there's 4-inch concrete blocks. Got the 4-inch concrete blocks, put them under the jump. It was a full rain holding the jump still.
Yeah.
Up she goes. 10 foot 4. Vicky took 2 attempts, she jumped it. What we can do now is another 4-inch concrete blocks. 10 foot 8. Anyway, turned around, Bella went up, she waited till the jump stopped walking, down over. Vicky couldn't do it, she only had 3 jumps. And I won it, went behind on the band and I cried. So I won the tankard up there that day.
You're a bit emotional now, I see.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. That's good.
That's what we do.
That's good, see?
So anyway, turned around, I bred another dog. We was on Radio Cornwall, wasn't us?
Yeah.
And
Yes, that's pause it there if you want him from it.